Welcome to Season 4 of the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast, a sacred space where women gather to share their stories, wisdom, experiences, and spiritual journeys. Each episode is a heartfelt conversation honoring the voices of women from all walks of life. Healers, intuitives, teachers, creatives, and soul seekers, as they speak openly about transformation, empowerment, healing, intuition, and the path that has shaped who they are today. Inspired by the energy of the triple goddess, this podcast was created to uplift, connect, and remind us of the strength and wisdom carried within every woman's soul. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Now settle in, open your heart, and enjoy today's conversation on the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast. Our special guest today is Chelon Lockert. We invite you to listen to part 1 of our conversation.
Okay. Welcome to the podcast, Chelon. How are you today?
I am doing so good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm thrilled you were able to come back and join us.
Absolutely.
I have a whole pile of questions that I'd like to ask you, and I hope we can get through some of them. But then I also want to find out like what's up with you. So, hang in there, and I'm gonna start with these questions, okay?
For sure.
Okay. So when do you feel most like your true self, and what does that version of you look like?
Oh, when do I feel it most like my true self? Honestly, when I'm traveling, to be honest with you, is when I feel
Yeah,
my most true self, or when I'm like just out having fun and dancing and kind of stuff. When I'm at my markets too, because I get to like socialize with everybody and just like,
yeah,
there's no pressure to perform. I just get to show up and interact and talk with everybody. But definitely when I'm on holidays, because I'm just like, no cares in the world. I have no
yeah,
worries. I have nothing. I just get to like enjoy and be in the moment kind of thing and like
yeah,
savor everything for what it is. And I'm never like stressed about, oh my God, we have to do this and we have to do this and we have to do this. Right. And I just get to like free flow through everything. And it always just like, yeah, I don't know. That's when I feel like my most authentic self. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen very often.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm trying to incorporate more of that into my everyday life for sure.
yeah, right on. It's a sense of freedom.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like there's nothing to worry about, right? You don't have to worry about like supper or the bills or like,
yeah,
picking the kids up or dropping them off or like cleaning the house. You just get to really be and savor and enjoy life in those moments. So, yeah.
yeah. What a blessing to do that. I mean, it's funny. What that just reminded me of a book that I read, called In the Meantime,
Okay.
and also A Gift of a Year, because
Mm,
it teaches you how to do that,
yes.
to find that freedom.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and to enjoy those moments like at markets, like you mentioned, or on
Mm,
the road doing whatever. Like it's that getting on that road, I
mhm,
think.
Well, and
Okay.
yeah, like incorporating that into our everyday life is so important because like when we're in that energy, then like life is easier and things are like attracted to you easier and you're more
Yeah.
magnetic when you're in your like full authentic frequency of who you are, right? But it's
Yeah.
just like all the other things that happen that like start, with stress and worry and whatever else that comes up, right? That we really have
Yeah.
no control over. It's just a part of this whole experience. So, yeah.
Yeah. Right on. Right on. So what is a part of your story you once felt you had to hide, but now feel ready to honor?
Hmm. Oh my goodness. Um, Honestly, I think the amount of struggles that I had with being a like single mom and everything that I went
Hmm.
through with like my divorce and my ex-husband and everything over the past like
Hmm.
15 years. There's been a lot of stuff that has come up lately as we're like ending this era and this
Yeah.
phase of my life where my youngest is graduating.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so it's like that part of my life is truly over, right? Like I don't
Right.
have to worry about tending to any of that and stuff. And like I used to think that I had to have it all together and make it look like everything was okay and that everything was fine and that I had it all together.
Yeah.
And I did not. There were so many times, like I just did this solo mom series on my podcast,
Yeah.
and I wanted to do that so that other moms don't feel like they have to perform and that they
Yeah.
have to look like they're having it all together, and that like there are struggles and there are these things that we go through that are really hard and really trialsome that other people don't have to go through and navigate
Right.
on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
And I used to think that it was just this strength that I had to do it all on my own and that I could do it all on my own and everything. But I really found that like the more I found community, that being vulnerable and opening up and connecting was that real strength, and realizing that I didn't have to do it on my own through all those
Yeah.
years, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Being vulnerable, that's a blessing to have that too, like to be able
Yeah,
to experience that. We do most of our learning, do you find, in that time?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, vulnerability it is your strength to be vulnerable and
Yeah.
show other people that it's like safe to do that as well. Absolutely. Hmm.
Yeah. And it's also kind of humbling, do you find, like that it kind of slows everyone down,
Hmm.
it being in that moment.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do the best thinking when you're vulnerable.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, it's some deep inner reflection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
those vulnerable moments or whatever, and everything that is coming up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right on. Okay. So now that you're coming up to, like, it's a new chapter for you, like
Yeah.
because your youngest is graduating and everything. So how has your relationship with yourself evolved over that time?
How it's evolved was
Yeah.
like really my whole life I've like, well, not my whole life, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've focused so much on my kids for the past 20 years
Yeah.
that like you really do lose a sense of yourself and who you are, right?
Oh, I
And it's
agree.
like now I'm like, okay, so who am I out of being just the mom, right? I was
Yeah.
always like so and so's mom, like my girl's mom or whatever, right? And I love that role. Like I love that role, but that's not truly who I am, right?
Right. Yeah.
And even like all the roles that I play on a daily basis, like I'm a hairstylist and I do podcasts as well,
Yeah.
and I'm like a
Yeah.
life coach type thing, and I do like all of these things, right? And but it's like, okay, those are just labels. Those are just labels
Yeah.
and roles that we play. But it's like, who am I really at my core? Like, and so this has been like a really big self-discovery for me. And it's like, what do I really like to do? Like, am I just
Right.
doing these things for the sake of doing them, or am I doing them because I really enjoy them, kind of thing, right? And
Yeah.
so it's been like a progression for sure. And it really started when my daughter like finished grade 11 last year. I already
Oh,
started the grieving process.
okay.
Because
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is the last year, right? And so it's been like this whole year. And especially since I came back from Nashville,
Hmm.
I knew Nashville was going to be life changing. I just didn't
Oh, yeah.
realize how much, right? I went to a conference in November called Liberate Her.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I came back and I was like, oh my God, like everything has changed and nothing's the same, but I don't know what this is and I don't know what to do with it. And so it's just been like a really weird past, like I think it's been like 6 months or something. And so I feel like I'm finally starting to like, step into what I feel like I want to do for me and not
Yeah.
for my kids or not for anybody else, kind of thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Nashville has that effect, I tell you. Like we went down there, 20 years ago,
Hmm.
and a friend of mine owned a bar called Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar. So
Wow.
we were going down Bourbon Street, and the first sign we saw was nude karaoke. And it was like, oh my God.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, once you step foot in Nashville, there's some form of liberation happen. Like you just
Well, and the conference I went to was Liberate Her. And so it was like, it
yeah,
was a very eye-opening experience. And like, I knew the minute I committed to that conference, I knew I had to take my girls with me, that I wasn't
yeah.
like, I'm not just going to Nashville by myself. I'm like, if I'm going, I'm taking
Yeah.
them with me. Right.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like it just shifted so much for us in general, like
Yeah.
as our family. Right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great city for if you're looking to change or looking to find yourself in some way.
I would have stayed
you
there.
know?
Like there was
Pardon
a
me?
moment in the back of the Uber that I was like, I could just stay here,
Yeah, right.
stay in Nashville.
Yeah. Everyone's so friendly.
It was lovely. And nobody was really ever from Nashville. We met
Right?
so many people and they're just from all over the place. And it was so lovely. Like it was so lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot
Mhm.
of Canadians are there, of course, because of the music. Like when you,
Yes.
if you're in the industry, that's where you go. You
Mhm.
know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's something else. Like even we drove through Kentucky to get into Tennessee, and those rolling hills, I tell you, the scenery is just beautiful. You
Yeah.
know, it
I don't know.
emerald green and
Mhm.
all these wonderful colors. So, yeah, well, that's wonderful. That's a great trip to take with your girls.
Well, I was like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like I'm
Yeah.
not pass this up. So I'm so grateful I did that.
Oh, good. Oh, congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I have a couple more questions and then we're going to veer off to another area.
Absolutely.
So what does your inner voice sound like today compared to 5 years ago? That little voice inside that talks to you.
Much more understanding and compassionate. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Yes. I've always been very hard on myself, I find, and like very like when I was growing up and stuff, like I was made fun of. And so that kind of becomes your like inner narrative, right?
Right.
And you tend to like start believing those things when in
Yeah.
reality they're not true, right? And sometimes they still creep up. I'm going to be 100%
Yeah.
honest with you. They still creep up, but I catch
Yeah.
that in the moment and I'm like, no, like this is just an old story. This just is an old thing coming up that needs to be let go of and released, and it's okay. Like, and so yeah, giving myself like that grace and that compassion, that like that perfectionism, right? Like having to have
Yeah.
it together and having to have this and da 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 da, right? And it's like, no, like it doesn't have to be perfect, and you can like make mistakes, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world, right?
Right.
It's all about like learning and this whole journey of discovery and all of it, right? And like I
Yeah.
said, starting this new path of discovery has is changing as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting, and yeah, so compassionate and understanding and that kind of stuff for sure.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
great. Yeah, we find we can get a little hard on ourselves, can't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hmm.
Yeah.
We
I
are
mean,
really are our
it's
own
difficult.
worst critic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be like, and that makes me want to think, like people have a hard time loving themselves
Hmm.
and how important it is to make the time to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
And I
know?
tell lots of the women that I work with in general and stuff,
Yeah.
like we chose this body, we chose this
Right.
vessel, we chose this life, right?
Yeah.
And so like to to love and accept ourselves exactly as we are doesn't mean that we still can't be like, but I want to like eat healthier and I want to work out and I want to do
Right.
all these things, right?
Yeah.
um and that you're still worthy. You're worthy
Yeah.
because you exist, right? And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's yeah, but it's hard because of society, I think for sure. But
Yeah.
I see there's so many amazing women out there who are empowering like women on social media every day about their bodies and accepting it. And I
Yeah.
think it's just such a beautiful progression that we've made, especially like from since when I was like a teenager and growing up and
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think the hardest thing, like I was talking to someone about this yesterday, actually. We have scars or we have like a C-section scar or some form of scar or we can't tone like we used to because of these scars.
mhm.
Because muscle gets cut and gets damaged or, you know what I mean? Like it's just very difficult, but we put so much pressure on ourselves to, you know, be hard on ourselves,
Mhm.
because of that. But
Scars our scars are just a part of our story.
right. And we
They
should be
are. Absolutely. For
proud
everything
of them,
third.
you know. I
Mhm.
mean, look, I mean, I had one C-section, but I mean, there's women who have had six, you
Yeah.
know, and that's something to be extremely proud of,
Yeah. And our
you
bodies
know.
are so amazing how they just
Yeah.
continue to show up for us, even when we're
Right.
into them. They
Yeah.
still wake up the next day and they still do all the things we need them to do, right?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Time for a different mindset, for
absolutely.
yeah.
No, absolutely.
Okay. So what role has intuition played in your life journey?
Oh, so much of it. So much of it.
Yeah.
Um, before I even realized it was a part of my journey, it was already guiding it, right? Like it's that, you don't know how you know, but kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and now it's just become like my everyday thing, tapping into my intuition before I make any decisions,
Yeah.
right? Because there was a lot of times where I was led to doubt my intuition, and it
Okay.
definitely led me astray
Yeah.
because
Oh
I
yeah.
allowed other people to overrule it, or I valued somebody else's opinion over my own kind of thing. And
Yeah.
so it was a very big learning curve as to be able to trust myself and in what I feel is best for myself, as opposed to listening to everybody else around me.
Right.
And that's where discernment comes in. I was actually just talking to somebody this morning or whatever, because she was saying that, you know, we listen to all of these people on like Facebook who are talking about the energy right now and with the full moon, and one saying
Oh,
do this, the other one saying don't do that, the one saying this is going to happen, the other one saying that's going to
yeah.
happen. And I'm like, this is where you really need to use discretion as to what feels right for you, right?
Right.
And not take just take everything at face value. I always say, I'm like, take what resonates, leave the rest, because it's
Right.
not always for everybody, you
Yeah.
know? And
Oh, I
so, yeah,
agree.
no, intuition has been big in my whole life, I realized. And now I said like more so that I use it on a daily basis, and especially like
Yeah.
with my clients and everything, right? And I
Yeah, right
encourage
on.
them to trust their intuition more and tap into that, as opposed to me just telling them all the time too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's so important. Listen to what your body's telling you, mind, body, and soul,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know.
That's what I say all the
Okay.
time. I'm like, you need all of it. It's like the trifecta, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna go roll into some updates with you.
For
So
sure.
I love watching you on social media because I find there's always something new and fresh.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that's Shalon. Like it's just
And
that's who
that's
you
like
are.
you just get to see the whole evolutionary
Yeah.
process of me on social media. It's almost like, yeah. And it's always that expansion, I guess, expansion into something different and bigger. And like, I do love doing the same things. But it's always changed, or it's always tweaked, or it's always whatever,
Yeah.
right? Like we're doing the Mother's Day, which is tea, this coming weekend, right? And
That's
that was just
cool.
like on a whim. Last year I messaged one of my friends and I was like, let's do this. And she's like, absolutely, right? And we're doing it again this year. And I'm so
Nice.
excited for this, right? But I really have started to only do things that I really am called to do and want to do, and are
Yeah.
going to like bring me joy and happiness and be able to help other people as well.
Right
And
on.
so that's just how that is kind of going. And I use my intuition with this. Like if it's something intuitive that comes to me, I'm like, okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to make this happen? How are we going to
Yeah.
do all these things? Because I truly believe that if it comes to you, then it's for a reason, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah. And you have a retreat coming up.
I have a retreat coming up at the end of
Yes.
this month. It's a Sacred Goddess Rising retreat. And it's working with the energy of the blue moon. So we have a blue moon
Okay.
this month.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this energy. I think because it's in the sign of Sagittarius, and I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah. There you go.
And Saggies are all about like truth and expansion and like all of this kind of stuff, right? And so we're really working with water energy right now,
Oh, good. Yeah.
because we have this fire horse year, and water is actually going to be really important for everybody this year. Like
Yeah.
working with water, drinking lots of water, and all of that kind of stuff, because water is really good for integration,
Okay.
right? When we're
Yeah.
integrating energies and that kind of stuff. So I'm having this retreat at my house. This is a dream
Oh,
of
good.
mine that I'm making come
Nice.
true. And I have some beautiful ladies that are coming in and helping me with facilitating and hosting circles and everything. But
Oh, good.
yeah, we're going to start it on Friday and have like we'll have an opening in circle, and we'll have some other circles with like dance and that kind of stuff. We're gonna have a fire circle.
Yeah.
All the food's gonna be included, so that people don't have to worry about that. And if people need accommodation to stay overnight, they get to do that. If they want just a Friday pass or just a Saturday pass, that's an option as well. But yeah, like we're just going to really be connecting with our sacred feminine energy, and what that feels like for ourselves and in our bodies is a really big
Yeah.
thing. Some nervous system healing,
Oh,
because
good.
that's like that fight or flight thing lives like
Oh, yeah.
is so real in our bodies. And it's
It
not
is.
just from this lifetime, it's from past lifetimes, right?
Yeah.
And so that's something really important for us to heal, because our body is our first indicator with everything. And like the intuition, right? Like
Yeah.
we disregard that and we're like, oh no, it's nothing big. It's not that big of a deal or whatever.
Yeah.
Or we, don't trust in that. And it is that big. It is a big deal, right? But sometimes it's that imprint in our body that needs to be healed as well, so that we don't feel that way either,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm really excited because with entering into the age of Aquarius and everything right now, we have the rise of the divine feminine.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
we need it in society right now, right? Like
Yes.
the patriarchy as we knew it is falling away, right?
Right.
But that requires the divine feminine to rise up into her strength and her power. And that's not just to override the patriarchy, that's for us to work in harmony together, because there are divine masculines out there doing the work, right?
Yeah.
So everything is changing, and change takes time, especially when it's been built on, faulty structures for the past how many years, right? We're talking like whatever, centuries, decades, I don't know. Centuries, I think. But yeah, so it's exciting. And I want to help women with doing this and with really connecting with themselves. And I remember going to my first goddess retreat, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I go back every year, and the past 3 years I've been facilitating at it as well. And it's just so life-changing and transformative. And I just want to be able to create that for other women too.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know when you do post about that retreat that you go to every year.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing. Like just reading what you're typing out and promoting about that retreat. Like you can literally feel the breeze of openness. Like it's just everything's so open and free and cleansing.
Very.
Like it's amazing because I've taken the time to read about that retreat, and it's like that's probably the most freeing a woman can feel.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
To just be
Yeah,
it's about literally, being like, that's another place that you can be your most authentic self and not have this worry or this fear of being judged or anything. And everybody's just celebrated for themselves and their own uniqueness and individuality and expression and all of it. And I think it's just so beautiful for everybody to be able to, like, to women to come together like that.
Yeah.
Because we really are more powerful together. We really are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It saddens me when I see a lot of women like always butting heads, or they're, just whether it's jealousy or envy or something like that gets in the way. And it just creates such a huge stink. And it's sad. They should come together more like when you go to your retreats and when you're doing your retreat and how you're living your life, like you're helping women.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand that, like, not everybody's not for everybody, right? I understand there's going to be like differences and like different opinions, and like not personalities clash sometimes, and that's okay. We don't have to be for everybody, but we can still have this like love in our hearts for everybody, right? Like we don't have to like them, but like I can still send somebody love and wish them the best, right? Yeah. I don't have to like hate them or anything like that. Like I never feel that way. And I've had some, pretty crazy things happen in my life with women as well.
Yeah. It just reminds me, like I have to mention when I managed a group of executive assistants, and they're very territorial over their projects.
Oh,
So if another assistant came and said, "Can I help you with what you're doing?" or, "Can I be of assistance to you?" They would guard their work. They wouldn't share and work together. And it was causing a rift, and then no one was getting along.
right.
So kind of similar to what, like, although it was in a corporate structure, I thought I'll do a creative visualization group.
Mhm.
So, it was just play day. We went in the boardroom. They all had poster paper. There was magazines galore. I said, "This is you. Do your poster on you and how you see your life." And it was funny because the two that really hated each other over being territorial on their work, one looked over and she said, "Oh, I didn't know you liked that."
Yeah.
And she says, "Well, yeah, that's my hobby when I'm not at work." Well, after that, they were inseparable.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny how if we stop with the assumption
Hmm.
that we know absolutely everything about that person and that's why we're going to hate them,
Hmm.
just stop it and instead find something in common.
Yeah.
Whether you love to laugh,
Yeah.
then we would save so much sadness and arguing and just be kind with each other.
Absolutely. Well, and I think it's like, especially like, I shouldn't say especially in the corporate world, but like there's for so many years, women have been played against each other to be in competition with one
Right.
another, as opposed to supporting each other, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody has their unique like strengths and
Yeah.
perceived weaknesses or whatever, right? But like
Yeah.
people are stronger at other things than somebody else. And I always tell my girls, I was like, that's what makes the world work, right?
Hmm.
Is because like I'm not meant to be like a plumber or a like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or a carpenter or whatever. Like that's not my job. That's not There's other people that are so much more amazing at that, and that's why they do what they do,
Yeah.
right? And I think that to especially with our kids and stuff growing up and everything, like I really just wish that our education system celebrated each child's strengths, as opposed to like, making them feel less than. Like the whole like grading system in school and everything. And
Yeah.
not every kid is meant to be a mathematician. Not
Right.
every kid wants to be a scientist, right?
Yeah.
And I understand, especially for teachers, like I think teachers have a really hard job,
Yeah.
honestly, with kids. But yeah, like I really hope that one day our education system will be able to help support children's strengths, as opposed to, just
Yeah.
putting them all within one box kind of thing and hoping for the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
give them the basics, like cooking class. Where'd that go? Like,
Mm.
you know,
I
we all
think
need to
it
be able,
might still be offered in high
is
school.
it? Oh
I'm
my
not sure.
gosh.
Depends on the high school, probably.
Like, yeah, sewing, woodworking, all those things that, we do need to know how to cook, how to mend, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But also offer asking the child or the teenager, like maybe in high school, what is it that's in your heart
Yeah.
that you want to do?
Yeah.
And then base your courses on that so they succeed
Hmm.
and can get into a university or college that can help them out,
Hmm. Well, and even
to go
having like the
further.
world changing, right? With like AI
Yeah,
and everything that's coming now. Um, the way kids are going to be doing education, the way they're going to be
yeah,
doing jobs and everything, like is changing
yeah,
so much. And the age of Aquarius, we have this influx in
yeah,
technology, right?
yeah,
Um, it is going to change so many things in our world. And it'll be interesting to see
yeah,
the progression of all of it for sure.
yeah. I think I'm not going to be surprised if you see a lot of people going off grid.
I agree. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't Everybody wants to do it, and I don't think it's for everybody either.
no,
And I do think that we might be going back to more, like we've had so much like online connection. I feel like people
right.
are wanting more in-person connection.
Oh yeah, I miss that.
Yeah. Oh,
I really
absolutely.
do.
Mhm.
Like I miss, getting a newspaper,
Mhm.
and seeing everything in there. Like it's just, I don't know what it is. It's something, it's like reading a book.
I was
Like I like
like that
having it
for
in
being
my
able to
hand.
hold it in your hands. Yeah.
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 Newspaper, magazine,
Hmm.
that sort of thing. Yeah, to be able to sit and chat like in person, and one of these days we will.
Absolutely, we will.
But,
Maybe I need
I
to go on a
mean,
trip. No.
yeah. There's a new podcast thing, On the Road with
Right? Oh my
Chelon. Yeah,
God, that would be so fun. Maybe I need to do that.
you do.
Oh
Go
goodness.
see all your friends and all your
Yeah,
acquaintances, the people you network. Can you imagine?
that would be so fun.
That would be a cool podcast. Oh,
Oh,
we gotta
yeah.
talk more about that. Yeah,
Next season's episode or
yeah.
next season 3 of Be Her with Shalon. We are on the road. Oh, so fun.
All right. Well, on that note, I have to thank you so much for being here again, Shalana. It was
Thank you.
lovely. I love talking with you. And hopefully we can have you back again to keep going with some of these questions, if that's okay. Maybe a part 2 is in order.
For sure. Absolutely. I
Okay.
would love that.
Awesome. Well, thank you kindly, Shalana. We'll see you
Thank you
again.
for having me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for joining us for another soulful conversation on the 3 Moons 3 Souls podcast. We are deeply grateful to our incredible guests for sharing their wisdom, experiences, and stories, and to you, our listeners, for being part of this growing spiritual community. Your support, kindness, and presence mean more than words can express. We would also like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our amazing sponsors whose support helps make these conversations possible and allows us to continue creating a space for connection, empowerment, healing, and inspiration. Fernbury Collective, Krylo Crystal Creations, Divine Guidance Personal Empowerment with Dale and Jeannie Hogue, Transformational Retreats in Cypress Hills, Lynette Waltham Energy, Nirvana 101, Trinity Empowerment Center, Red Haven Healing, Soul Sanctuary Lounge, Brandy Music Publishing Canada, Wildcat Hills Records Canada, Burke Virtual Assistant Agency, Your Waves Radiant Energy Empowerment Clinic, Bonnie Supernant Psychic Medium and Author, Soul Divinity Healing and Art. If today's episode resonated with you, please remember to follow, share, and leave a review so we can continue reaching souls who may need these messages and conversations. Until next time, may you walk gently, trust your intuition, honor your journey, and continue shining your light. Blessings from all of us at the 3 Moons 3 Souls podcast.